In the archive, you have the Wushinko's production of the Macbeth, the very famous Beijing opera version of Macbeth. And if you watch that production, you can trace lots of influences from Kurosawa's Macbeth. And if you can also see the production of Ninagawa's old samurai Macbeth, you can see some similarities between them, because obviously Ninagawa is also influenced by Kurosawa's Macbeth. So by putting those productions in the same archive, you can have a chance to compare certain scenes and how mise-en-scène and other elements of the performance at the same time. They're produced on stage at different time. So the first audience or the contemporary audiences couldn't do that, but now they're in the archive, so we can compare the productions scene by scene and find out how they interact with each other, even going beyond the time. And that means we are likely to have another production that by the producers or directors who saw those productions, and we can talk about interactions in the future. That's an exciting thing about the archive of that kind, I think. In the archive, you also have a Hamlet directed by Kurita Yoshihiro. He always produced the play on the no stage in Japan. He's an artistic director of a theater in Japan, and he uses a no stage when he directs Shakespeare plays. And in the archive, we have Hamlet. And that is very exciting or amazing, because he directed a play of Hamlet as happening in the mind of Hamlet. So Hamlet stays on the stage and doesn't move. Everything happens around him. And on no stage, that is very impressive, because No has a very formalized, stylized acting. And even though they don't act in a stylized manner, but still the signification of the stage will help us to see the production as something like a No or Kyogen style. But when it is moved outside the No stage, it looks different, right? So in the archive, so when they bring the production abroad, you can't have a chance to see that production in the original stage, on the original stage. But in the archive, you can see the production in original form. That means you can see how they staged the play. That's a very good thing, because you can travel abroad to see a production, and also people bring their productions abroad, just like the Kurita's production, they will. But Kurita's production is a very site-specific production. It's better when it's done on the No stage. So in the archive, you have a chance to see that original production done on the proper place. So it's a rare occasion to see and appreciate and study that kind of production. In the archive, you can have a chance to see the No Macbeth performed on the proper No stage, and the proper musicians along them. So that's a perfect chance to see how No is performed, and also how Shakespeare is recreated as a No production. No is completely different from Shakespeare or Western plays in idea. The idea of No theater is completely different from the Western ones. So you can see how the Japanese or No ideas of theater can rewrite Shakespeare. That's an exciting moment and exciting production, and I do recommend you to see that production. It's a rare occasion to see. All you can see only in the archive.